shall we run this very, very clean trendline sensation left behind now? Because as soon as I see this type of signature in price with the SMT, we're shifting above this down candle, and we're on a discount already. You know, you gotta revert your attention to this left behind here. I mean, was any significant high taken out since, 1026? No. So I mean, just continuously making lower high, lower high, lower high. So like I said, relative strength here on the Nasdaq. Okay, so price shifts above this inversion gap right here, as well as this, not intermittent term high, this swing high. I mean, honestly, attention automatically reverts up here as soon as I see this. Okay, so it's all about the timing factor. Okay, we're understanding that we're in the 1050 to 1110 macro. If that volatility is really gonna extend and really get to that regular trading hour gap low, it would have done it by now. Trust me. Okay. All right, so I set on these highs right here. Probably not gonna give a retracement at this moment with everything I'm seeing. I'd like to see bullish order flow remain, meaning we stay above this down candle that was formed within the inversion gap. Okay, notice how we absolutely disregarded this up close candle very easily. Okay, it's the main thing that I'm looking at. So basically, I'm just going to be looking to buy the high end of this inversion here on the 5-minute chart. Okay, so if it gives me that short-term retracement, if it's so kind to do so, that's what I'll be looking to buy in on, get covered up above here. Okay, so first objective here. Okay, so this is where you'd be taking partials, should be getting entry point, and then obviously full objective up here. I'd like to see this act as an immediate rebalance and this remain open. Okay, so if we were to trade down into here, that to me would be a red flag. So short-lived rally here at the moment. Okay, we're trading right back to the middle of the inversion there. Okay, NQ, like I said, I'd like to see this act as an immediate rebalance and not revert to this 5-minute gap. So if it leaves that open and closes on this candle here, that would be the signature in price that I look for. So not quite what I wanted to see just yet. Okay, we didn't get that sustained run higher that I wanted to see for a second stage. And NASDAQ is a little bit wacky with the order flow. And ES just doesn't have something like, if I'm looking to buy in on the market, I want to have good footing. Okay, me buying here as it's dropping down to the low end, put my stop below there, that's just not good footing to me, right? So when you don't feel like you have control, like in real life, whenever you're like playing a sport, whatever, you readjust your feet, right? And to have that better balance, that type of thing. So same exact thing within the marketplace here. Okay, so I like how we're not entertaining this 5-minute gap down here. Okay, I want to see if this 5-minute candle can close. So we're seeing NQ immediate delivery off the 5-minute gap is what you want to see. Okay, so I like how the body is remaining above that. Let's see if that can remain. Cement the swing though, and then have a change of state delivery above this 5-minute down candle. Okay, if you have a change of state delivery above this 5-minute down candle, I'll look to buy the opening. Okay, very, very simple. So if I'm actually going to be a part of this, that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so there you go. That's what I'm thinking. And if it doesn't happen, well, guess what? Sit to the sidelines, and it's probably just going to consolidate. All right. Okay, like I said, I was waiting for that change of state delivery. We now have that, so that's beautiful. Okay, right above that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the opening. Okay, it can take this high. That's fine because I'm looking for this high. I already told you guys that. All right, so I'm going to take the opening here to the high. NASDAQ looks a lot cleaner than ES right now. I was looking to see if I can take a trade on ES today and return to it to show you guys it's still tradable, but okay, nice rally there. Okay, beautiful aggression there on the ES. Okay, are we anticipating any type of reversal now? No, we're anticipating price to absolutely continue rolling higher until we reach this high and this high. Okay, so we got the change of state delivery. Like I said, preferably we'll create a fair value gap coupled with that. Okay, so like whenever I'm waiting for this type of entry, it just takes a little bit more time than, let's say, when we just jump in on the 1-minute time frame, right? All right, so I'll go ahead and buy in on that up close or that down candle that I showed you guys below here, and take profit will go above. And then yeah, stop loss will be placed below this previous 5-minute candle. Okay. Now the key here is what we do once this high is delivered here on ES. Do we hesitate and immediately drop down? Okay, I'd probably have to take early profits on NASDAQ. Okay, but all in all, when it comes down to it, I'll be expecting a nice run up into here. All right, guys. So obviously a good expansion here. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut risk now. with this given expansion. Okay, I'm not going to move any up more any than this because of, that'd just be bad risk management. Like 3 opportunities that had to spike right above that high and just matches it and trades off right into this Fairway gap and down candle. So I would look on an institutional order flow basis for price to respect these down candles, trade above. All right, very, very simple. Very, very simple stuff. So I waited for my criteria. Everything was there. Told you guys I wanted to see it get above the down candle, trade back down into it. And so as we rise up here, okay, watch this Fairway gap. Okay, and I want to see what we do with this. I would prefer this to hold and send price higher, okay? And then, it's because it's coupled with these 2 down close candles. ES still has yet to hit that first objective, which is previous hour high. We're like ridiculously too close to expect it not to just slam right through that, right? Okay, ES holding nicely. I would like NASDAQ to do the same. There we go. Perfect. Obviously, like sites would be set on higher pricing with, what we see here. Like if we're bearish, we'd expect the low end of this up candle to be held and then, keep the aggression. But it is not the time for that. So clearly we have ourselves another situation where it's like, oh wow, I'm glad I wasn't that guy that tried to pick the top, right? I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of examples of that happening here where it's like, okay, well, we're just, once again, the market's proving why you should not try to pick a top and why you actually don't need to pick a top to make a lot of money, okay, right? We're living proof of that, okay? $6,200 in payouts in the last 40 days, all from the trades taken on live streams. Was any of that done from picking tops and picking bottoms on the higher time frames? No, not at all, okay? I'm here to tell you that that's not how it was done, okay? You don't need to do any extraordinary things. You don't need to catch the biggest trade in the world and do this and that and, measure up with people on social media. You just simply have to stay true to yourself, stay disciplined, follow the simple plan, okay? It should be simple. Follow the simple plan that you laid out for yourself, okay? That doesn't mean you're not going to meet short-term adversities. It doesn't mean you're not going to lose. It doesn't mean any of that stuff, okay? It just means you submit to the process, you remain disciplined no matter what happens, okay? And remain patient. So all I see right now is, working this wick left behind. That's reasonable to me. Okay, I don't see anything wrong with that. So once again, just to round up, basically this is a 1 to 2.5 R risk to reward ratio. So like, let's say that I would lose this trade, right? Or let's say that I would lose 2 of these trades in a row. I'll just take the third one and it would overlap both of that and be in profit. Okay, so just always take note of the RR and obviously the real-time risk management, utilizing order flow. So like a lot of times, like literally the benefit of experience. So like if I'm in a trade that's going to go against me, like a lot of times you guys will see me cut bait before it actually hits my real stop loss, right? And that just comes from experience. Like if it does certain things, I don't need it to go the whole way down to my stop to tell me I'm wrong, okay? I see it do certain things and I know it's not going to pan out and end up, rolling down to the stop, okay? But at that point, am I thinking that right now? No, because all we're doing is consolidating within this gap. And we still have yet to reach this high, okay? We're obviously trading off here now, but it's just continuing the consolidating state of the marketplace right now. And ES might just want to reaccumulate at this Fairway gap. Not preferred, but if it needs that, it needs that, okay? That's why my stop loss is still below there. All right, so I like how NQ just delivered that wick. I'd like to see this spike off here initially remain. So I like to see that after delivering that wick. Okay, ES just kind of returned right to the middle of the consolidation. Okay, re-delivering this volume imbalance here. Okay, so I'm going to take this inversion gap here. Extend that through. So everything looking good, okay? We're in that moment where it's like, we're just waiting for something to happen. And you reach that, small, like, speck of, short-term uncertainty, right? But just understand that you stick to the transaction. You don't cut bait until you see actual red flags. Okay, consolidating and trading off a little bit in profit is not a red flag that you should, get. You're like, oh man, I gotta close the trade, man. What if it comes back down and I lose it? Well, guess what? Risk management covers that. It doesn't matter if you take the loss. Okay, so like I said, we're back down in the inversion gap, midpoint of the wick there. Volume imbalance. Extend that out. We're reclaiming that volume imbalance. Like I said, kind of acts as like a black hole, kind of. We're looking at volume imbalances. just because like anytime we don't leave a body through it, there's always a chance for it to revert back down into that. So we definitely could drop down to the 5 minute Fairway gap on ES. I would like that not to take place on NASDAQ and create some type of SMT with these lows here. I would like to see that. So once again, we delivered half of this 5 minute wick here on NASDAQ. Okay, a little bit too close to these highs here. Like whenever I'm looking at, okay, we might come down here, but all in all, like preferably we just run right above these highs. I mean, this is way too like ridiculously clean, and just selling this as a high quality top for those that want to maybe short sell, right? Also, another thing to consider, not really needed, but I just wanted to show you guys, like as I was buying this down candle right here, obviously, like once again, didn't get the perfect fill. As I was buying that, I'm also buying and considering this mitigation block. So we have a low, high, failure swing. This up close candle was the pinnacle of that. That's a mitigation block. Not preferred action here on ES with this consolidation, but consolidations are normal. And I understand it's just trying to sell this as a high. So literally the market's acting like it's like anytime we like just reference this as like the market acting as a salesman, right? It's trying to sell the idea to naive, not so informed retail investors to sell this and put their stop loss above these highs, right? So ES still consolidating. I like the aggression here initially on NQ. I'd like to see this remain. So notice how I'm primarily hanging out in the 5 minute chart, because the 5 minute chart is giving me a lot more information than the 1 minute. So I'm looking at this wick here. I'm seeing how we delivered that. Okay. Now I'm looking how we shift above this down candle. So same exact thing with this. Bullish institutional order flow tells me we should get above this and respect this as support. Okay. And these highs are obviously way too clean now. Okay, I want to see ES give us that same willingness to get higher off the volume imbalance. ES reverts right back down into this Fairway gap inversion, extend it through. Okay, these highs are way too clean, too obvious. All right, I want to see it just continuously spike through that. Okay, these clean 5 minute highs. So at the moment, we're currently 20 handles in profit. So, like I said, 20 handles, if you're really just trying to find profitability, that's really all you need, when you're starting out. So even then, that'd be a good partial point. So like yesterday, I took partials at 30 handles, and then full take profit was 75 handles, right? Okay, ES. I want to see this 5 minute candle close and create that swing though, and then really trade up here, okay? Because we're just ridiculous amount of time being spent hovering right below previous hour low here. So I mean, it's inevitable that's gonna get hit. Absolutely inevitable. And then we see these clear 5 minute highs. Okay, like if I'm looking for some type of reversal, first of all, I'm not gonna see these highest places and be like, oh man, that should be a great top. No, I want to see that taken out. Okay. So let's see here. Did it sweep it? Not quite. Okay, just left it intact. Returning right back down in the inversion. So, I mean, obviously this is a higher resistance environment, right? And I never have a problem with sitting through this. I just simply need, if I'm actually going to close a trade and profit, then I'm going to really need to see obvious and real red flags in price rather than just simple high resistance. Okay, if you can't sit through high resistance, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, you're going to have to do it at some point or the other. All right, so I like how ES closed there, created that swing low. I want to see this down candle here on the 5 minute chart act as support and finally propel us above those highs there. All right. So like I said, where we're at right now with 20 handles in profit, that'd be a good partial taking opportunity. I'm not looking to take partials. I'm looking to see this thing get above this buy side liquidity here. But for those of you that may be using multiple contracts and can take partials, that's what I advise you to do. So, all right, yeah. So beautiful climb up there. So, all right, beautiful. So ES still not at the buy side liquidity. So I'm definitely glad to have been in Nasdaq, which is obviously showing more volatility. So about 30 handles in profit. Once again, there's an opportunity for you guys to take a partial and pay yourself. Okay. Obviously, I'm holding on for full. All right, there we go. There's ES sweeping previous hour high. Finally, right? And I'll look to see if we can get above here. So I'm going to cut risk in half now, obviously. So risking about 10 handles now as opposed to the 20. And then we'll just obviously wait for the buy side liquidity to be engaged. So let me know if anyone took that with me. Let me know if you took partials, okay? I told you guys the criteria that I needed, and if it met that criteria, I'd be in. If it didn't, then I wouldn't be in. And literally exactly what I said I wanted to do happened. So as a result, obviously I buy it, right? $762 Cedar Cutter, Nick, and Golden Trout. Beautiful. It's good to hear that. Okay. So getting ready to slam through TP right there. Okay, ES not showing a willingness to slow down. Ridiculously close to take profit here. And there we go. Perfect. So that's almost 60 handles there. So